Emily, so glad to have you here. It's been amazing being connected with you and all the great stuff we've been talking about. So here on Reinvention Daily, everyone's favorite question is, Emily, how have you reinvented your business right now?
Yeah, thank you. I'm so happy to be here with you too. I'm in the business of understanding how people work. And so previously, a lot of that understanding was based on qualitative data that we gathered in person through design thinking workshops, observation, et cetera. We have now completely digitized our entire process and we had to do it pretty much overnight and have found that the data is actually a lot richer than I would have expected. I think that a lot of the kind of bias and some of the office politics that maybe sort of stand in the way of getting good data has sort of been kind of erased by going to a more digital platform.
That's interesting because data is huge, right? I mean, people want the data when they're looking to go back into the office and everything that they're doing. If the data shows, people are going to follow the data. So it leads me to that next question, Emily, is thinking like, how should we reinvent the way that we think about our workplace or, going back into an office or a workplace as we move forward?
Yeah, I think you have to consider the person holistically and not just where they work, but how they work. So, one thing that we've been preaching for years is that whenever you're designing any kind of workspace at any time, you want to make sure that you are understanding how a person kind of fully operates within that organization. So, HR, IT, facilities, all of those groups really need to be aligned on what the goals are for the space. I think that that is only going to be accelerated in its importance because moving forward, I mean, work is a thing that you do, it's not just a place that you go. And so we want to make sure that we're understanding really how an organization functions, what things can be remote and maybe should be remote, and what groups need to be in a workspace. And then, furthermore, when they're in that workspace, what do they really need? Is it a 5 foot desk? I don't know. It might be for what they do, but it might be something more, something different than we hadn't really been forced to examine before.